Hello, the World Sudoku Championship 2025 is over, and congratulations to Tantan. I think she won. I probably should have double checked before we started. Anyway, I was mainly looking where I was, to be honest. I it's difficult to compare my position to previous years because the way it works for those uninitiated is if you're on an A team, which is the top four from each country, you are eligible to win the overall prize, which means you're an official competitor. Everybody else is unofficial. And so there's technically two rankings. There's a ranking that includes everybody, and there's a ranking that only includes the official people. So usually, if I'm an official person, I say my ranking is the official position because obviously that's lower. And so it sounds better. But this year I wasn't an official Sudoku person because I was on the B team, or a UN team, because there wasn't enough to make a UK B team. Anyway, long story short, I finished 73rd overall, which I think is relatively low by my standards, but not ridiculously so. But if I had been an official competitor, I'd have been 47th, which I think is roughly where I've been before. So, I'm not too disappointed. Obviously, my main competition starts on Thursday. That's the World Puzzle Championship, which is coming up next. So, Sudoku Championship is over. I thought I'd show you some bits from the last round. This was the last individual round. Look how many puzzles there are. 18 puzzles to solve in 80 minutes. You reckon you could do that? Not sure anybody actually finished this round. A lot of rounds did get finished. I'm not sure this was one of them. But yeah, this was quite a nice puzzle. If you're not used to seeing World Championship Sudoku puzzles, even if you don't understand the rules, you can appreciate the aesthetic. So basically the clues spell out WSC for World Sudoku Championship. And I'm always incredibly impressed about how you can take things like that and turn them into a logically solvable puzzle. So you can see there's a few in here that I didn't attempt. This was quite a nice one. There's a plus minus Sudoku, and the clues from plus is in the form of a plus, minus is in the form of a minus. There we go. And then the final puzzle with the whole competition says, "See you in India," because they're hosting it next year. So yeah, basically, setting puzzles, it's a bit of a work of art, and if the puzzle quality and the puzzles, the theming is as good on the puzzle section as they have been on the Sudoku, then I'm sure I'm really going to enjoy Thursday onwards. But for today, the World Sudoku Championship is over. I suppose I should mention David McNeil was, I think, the highest UK person. But I can't remember where he finished overall. I might as well come back to the mirror for this, mightn't I? So that you can see me. I'm not sure some of you care to see me, but I'm sure some of you would rather at least see a person's mouth moving rather than just looking at a book. Callum had a really good day too, so he was only a little bit behind David. And then Tom was a little bit further behind, I was a bit further behind, and Zoe was a bit further behind me. So technically, I scored highly enough that I should have been on the A team. So, we clearly need to change our qualification criteria. But no, obviously I'm joking. Zoe is generally a much better Sudoku solver than me. But I've had a lot more experience of World Championships. What else? I think the UK team, the A team, they finished 11th overall. I wasn't very good at the team rounds either, to be fair, so they're definitely better off the four that they had. My team finished 30-something, 38th maybe, which I think was pretty good actually, because it counted the combination of individual scores plus team scores. And one of the guys on the team did better than me, two of the others did worse, so we were kind of all over the place. We had our best team round in the last round, so at least that's something. We finished on a relative high. We finished just behind a French team, I think the French D team. They scored 4,444.4. I thought that was nice. And now I'm going to stop this at 4 minutes and 44 seconds, just to keep the theme. I'll be back later in the week for more updates.